fine. Shots for kids with mercury and all these other chemicals, that's fine. The drug insert admits it's causing tenfold increase in seizures in children, just the flu shots alone. But that doesn't matter. No. The feds have to take control of all commerce, read all your mail, tear through everything you're doing, because they want to take care of you. They want to keep you safe. When we come back, this is the year where California completely outlaws the incandescent light bulbs, that pleasing light that mirrors the light of a fire or a candle, that great Thomas Edison invention. You must use mercury-filled, deadly, headache-causing, toxic light bulbs. Oh, and guess what? The government's announced they could get data down the power lines and surveil you in your house with the light bulbs. This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365. Hundreds of nations have fallen to tyranny in the last century alone. This is our last chance to not relive history.
As we're finishing off this agenda, they'll be pulling the rug from underneath Americans at home.
They have tremendous influence on our president and Congress, and they really are calling the shots.
I think it's incumbent upon all of us as American citizens to pay attention.
Fall of the Republic identifies the enemies of our nation, the criminal offshore cartel, hell-bent on destroying sovereignty, and on its ashes constructing world government.
Tim Geithner, Bernanke, they're arsonists. They're asking for more matches. And the Congress is saying, who do we make the check out to?
Today, it seems like nobody does care. And right now in Washington, D.C., we have seen a fall of the Republic.
Get your copy of Fall of the Republic on DVD at Infowars.com or watch it online right now in super high quality at prisonplanet.tv. Hi folks, this is Alex Jones and I want to tell you about the Silver Lungs generator. Now you can produce pure and endless colloidal silver and deliver the solution directly into the bloodstream by breathing the solution through the lungs. The respiratory system is the first line of defense for airborne pathogens and viruses. The Silver Lungs generator infuses the respiratory system with your self-produced nano-silver solutions and also delivers the silver nanoparticles instantly into the bloodstream. With continued legislation threatening the sale of nano-silver products, you can now produce pure and endless colloidal silver with the Silver Lungs generator. Very easy to follow step-by-step instructions are provided, making production fast and simple. Go to www.silverlungs.com today and learn more about the breakthrough technology of the Silver Lungs generator. That's www.silverlungs.com. A very wealthy U.S. citizen is predicting that in 2011, we will witness the most important day in America in more than 50 years. He says it will change everything about our lives. The way you shop, travel, invest, educate your children, and even how you take care of your health and your own family. Now, this man has made some outrageous predictions over the years. The crazy part is, he's usually right. You see, he predicted the collapse of GM, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and America's biggest mall owner, General Growth Properties. In fact, Barron's called his work a dire prophecy. Recently, he created a video, which you can watch online for free, detailing his biggest and most important prediction yet. And it's a real eye-opener. I can't stress this enough. You should at least watch this free video online today. He explains everything you need to know, including simple steps you can take to protect yourself. You can find the video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica, the number 3.com. Watch the free video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica3.com.
Coast to coast, direct from Austin. You're listening to the Alex Jones Broadcasting Network.
We now take you live to the Central Texas Command Center and the heart of the resistance, rallying patriots worldwide. You're listening to The Alex Jones Show.
Okay, we're back live, and I'm going to go ahead and go to your calls early in this hour because you know I can talk for 2-3 hours and never get to your calls. And then I'm in a news blitz coming up at the start of the next hour, and then we'll continue with calls. But I want to hear from folks here on our first live show of 2011. Man, that's going to take some getting used to. But you did hear me right, and I'll cover this more later. Fluorescent bulbs to be the only bulbs sold next year. And this is nationally. Starting in 2012, they're going to be phased out and completely banned by 2014. And guess what? Europe's banning them. Australia's already banned them. This is all under UN agreements. And what is in the Food Safety Act? What's been added to the bill that's passed the House? It says in the Senate version that's now passed the House, we read this on air with Mike Adams, the health ranger, earlier this week, showed you the bill. In the Food Safety Act, written by big agribusiness, openly to shut down small farms and ranches, it says to comply with the United Nations Agreement, Codex Alimentarius, which actually bans over-the-counter sale of vitamin C, vitamin B, and things like that. Just total control. Well, what do you think big industry does? They come lobby to make you buy their vaccines. They come and lobby to shut down their competition, small farms and ranches. This is called vertical integration. And you heard me right when I said use the light bulbs to spy on you. Ceiling lights in Minnesota send code and internet data, Associated Press, December 27th. And I covered this a little bit last week, but since then, I wanted to check if my memory served, because you'll hear me cover a news article, and then I'll add some things on top of it from past research, and I was indeed correct. And when I first saw this going back about 13 years ago, I didn't believe it. Then 10 years ago, when the National Ham Radio Association out of Dallas, we had their director on, they complained about it. We had them on. Then I had other engineers on, and it's actually true. Yes, we're living in 2011, and it is Buck Rogers, but most of the Buck Rogers stuff is being used for bad. I love technology, but this is being used for bad. Ceiling lights in Minnesota send code to internet data. Now, I see a story like that. I said I'd cover this later. I'll just cover the light bulb stuff now and then get to your calls, and then the economy and the TSA and a bunch of other information. North Korea warns war would bring nuclear holocaust. That's coming up next hour. Machete, the race war, Mexican supremacist film, has been denied state of Texas tax incentives, which I actually don't like. And Rodriguez got more publicity out of us attacking it than he loses with the $1.7 million tax incentive he's lost. But I was against the tax incentive because they've been denying other films, like films about Waco, because the state said that it was critical of the Texas government. Well, how can you deny that film funding in Texas and other films, but then not deny Rodriguez? I said change the law where they do get the tax incentives, but where government can't control what you say and do. I don't like the discrimination and that it's unfair. But I'm going to talk more about that coming up the next hour. And Rodriguez and Danny Trejo and others have been attacking yours truly, and I don't like it. And I'm going to stand up for myself here and go over that coming up in the next hour. I might spend a segment on it or so. I don't have a lot of time to cover that. But, I mean, come on. My issue with those guys is they got caught lying about what was in the film. We got the script. And they told the Austin American-Statesman that I didn't have the script. The producer of the film said that when we did have the script, and the film came out, and it was what we said was in it. I got the script from insiders there who were Hispanic and were upset about the film. I mean, this is a film creating just, well, I'm going to cover it later. The problem is I start getting into one issue and then I start segueing off into it. That's coming up in the next hour as well. State offices face letter campaign over machete incentives. And I love this one line out of the Statesman where they do get it right. In early May, Jones expressed outrage over a trailer for the movie that Rodriguez released on the internet. The trailer, which came out just after the passage of the new immigration law in Arizona, featured one of the stars, Danny Trejo, saying that he had a special Cinco de Mayo message to Arizona. He then proceeded to use a variety of weapons against Americans. You mean against white people with cowboy hats. And the message is, you know, you're wearing a cowboy hat, you're a racist, you deserve to die. I mean, in this movie, the whites are literally crucifying Hispanics, murdering pregnant Hispanic women, and they all deserve to die. Hitler put out movies about how groups like communists and others deserve to die. And so the Germans felt good about killing them. I'm not going to stand here and watch Birth of a Nation, quote, Mexican style, and just roll over in some political correctness. I'm done. I protested the Ku Klux Klan, and I protested Robert Rodriguez. And I happen to know years ago, because I've been in a few movies here in Austin, really never asked, but was honored to be in some of them, Waking Life and Scanner Darkly and others, Rick Linklater films, that got a chance to meet Keanu Reeves and Woody Harrelson and so many others, Winona Ryder, the list goes on. But, you know, I've been told by directors and other people, like, hey, you woke up Bruce Willis. We gave him your films, and now he knows about the New World Order. And then sure enough, he tells Vanity Fair that, you know, 6 months later. But I hear other stuff. And going back years ago, I have people on sets, you know, other movie people go, yeah, I gave your films to Robert Rodriguez, and he said, I don't want to see those because Alex is against the La Reconquista. Alex is against open borders. Well, Mexico is completely imploding. There have been 28,000 deaths. It's a hellhole. And yes, it's lost wars with the U.S., and yes, Mexico's nationalistic, and yes, Mexico is angry. And it is a very popular thing in the culture now, and Hollywood pushes it because they want to break down this country to try to make Hispanic Americans hate this country. And the United States isn't perfect, don't get me wrong, but I'll take the United States and the private property and the Second Amendment over what goes on in Mexico, where you criticize the government, they come and shoot you in the street. Or you criticize corrupt drug lords, they come and kill you. It's a culture of intimidation and threats. And they put out a political trailer with real scenes from the movie showing state senators in cowboy hats in front of the Texas Capitol being shot by snipers because they're white. And then Danny Trejo says, I got a message to Arizona in the ad. And then Rodriguez comes out and says that stuff isn't in the movie when it was. And now Trejo told the Hollywood Reporter repeatedly, you know, maybe Machete ought to come kill Texas. Maybe Machete ought to come kill the Texas Film Commission. Are we going to turn into Mexico, where you criticize somebody and somebody comes and kills you? Is that what this is all about? Huh? I mean, why don't you live in Mexico, Robert Rodriguez? Because you'd be shaken down, you'd be robbed by the drug cartels overnight. And you know that. You're too scared to go down and live in Mexico, but you think it's a superior culture to this republic. And you try to intimidate good Hispanic Americans to join your race cult. I know all about it. Okay? I don't like the white supremacists, and I don't like the Mexican supremacists. But the thing is, the Mexican supremacists dance around out in the open and think that, you know, and all these cowardly, cowed gringos lick boots and bow down and get off on all of it. And not me. Not me. I'm calling you out, okay? What you gonna do? Come after me, Trejo? I'm right here.
Hi, this is Alex Jones. You've heard me talk about the delicious, easy-to-fix, and very storable foods from eFoodsDirect.com. I've told you for years that eFoods Direct has the best storable food on the planet. Now it's that time of year again, and their holiday special is here. They have 2 holiday price packs for you to put into your reserves for a secure future or to share with others. The first is a 6-month bulk supply in 10 cans, and the second is a 5-week supply of quick and easy-to-fix meals, including delicious bakery items shipped in heavy tote bags. Now, for a limited time, when you order 2 or more of these special holiday packs, you'll get free shipping on your entire order. Call now, 800-409-5633, or visit them at efoodsdirect.com/Alex. That's 800-409-5633. or efoodsdirect.com/Alex. This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar-powered generator.